Malacanang ordered the release of the 10 remaining convicts in the Aquino-Galman double murder case in hopes of bringing closure to this 26-year-old ordeal for the people involved and active with the court cases. But with the last of the convicts out, amid fresh calls to review the Aquino-Galman double murder case, are there still loose ends that need tying? We ask Public Attorney's Office Chief Percida Acosta, who also happens to be legal counsel to the 16 who were the 10 remaining of whom were released recently. You still maintain that your clients are innocent except for one. Is that accurate?
Yes, Korina. Actually, I forced them to admit the guilt because I told them, tell me the truth, and the truth has set you free. So I asked them to write everything in a yellow pad in 2004 when they asked my assistance, and yet they narrated everything, and only Master Sergeant Pablo Martinez admitted his participation.
And this was how many years since they were incarcerated?
2004, 1983, 21 years.
So you would imagine, so what you're saying is that you would imagine that by that time they would be ready to admit guilt if they indeed really were guilty.
And especially Rolando de Guzman is already a pastor at the PCEC. So I suppose if he's really guilty, he would confess also that only Master Sergeant Pablo Martinez admitted his guilt.
So in what capacity was, for those who need to, whose memories need to be refreshed, what exactly was the participation and of which Master Sergeant Martinez was guilty of?
He told me that he was the handler of Rolando-Galman, and one Colonel Romeo Choco asked him to get Galman and then take care of Galman, and stayed in Carlston Hotel with Rolando-Galman 2 days before the assassination. And he confessed many particular things that he did. He was the companion of Galman going to the old Nua with Franklin Maniagos, who was a driver. And then he told us that he waited at the foot of the stairways while Senator Aquino was descending together with soldiers. So the narration of facts of Mr. Martinez is really candid, categorical. He has 2 affidavits, one first affidavit and supplemental affidavits telling about the compartmentalized plot as well as the masterminds.
I see. Okay. So, of course, we're talking about the masterminds now because whether or not people believe that these 16 soldiers are guilty or were guilty, people are still wondering who was the mastermind. So, are you convinced? If you are convinced of the innocence of the rest and the guilt of one, this one person mentioned names, I understand, as the mastermind of the entire thing. So do you believe him?
So far as the narration of Martinez, I don't have any choice but to believe him. But of course, under the Constitution, we have the so-called presumption of innocence. A person is always, or an accused is presumed innocent until the contrary is proved. So there should be due process. There should be trial. That's why a third trial should be pushed through by our government in this particular case, so that our hero, Senator Aquino, will be given justice as well as the Filipino people.
I see. So you are of the opinion that this warrants the reopening of the case.
Yes, and in fact, the case is still alive at Sandigan Bayan because when the Supreme Court, through Justice Renato Puna, did not want to reopen this despite our pleas and our motion for considerations in 2004 and 2005. So when they denied our reopening for third trial, I decided to ask the Sandigan Bayan to issue an alias warrant of arrest against one who was at large and fugitive fled away from the Philippines during the second trial in the person of Captain Felipe Valerio. And I also asked the Sandigan Bayan to issue an order to extradite Captain Felipe Valerio from America to our country. So, but the order of the Sandigan Bayan was addressed to the DOJ for his extradition. It was signed by Associate Justice Godofredo Legazpi on November 11, 2005.
So Valerio was able to flee to, where is he now?
we had a reliable information that he is in Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, and also in Texas.
I see.
And he is a commercial airline pilot. He's a great pilot in the Philippines during that time because he belongs to the Air Force.
And you are convinced that he is one of the guilty?
Because if he is an innocent one, he would face trial like this 50 soldiers that we assisted.
Did Master Sergeant Martinez name Valerio as one of those who are guilty?
Yes, he was mentioned.
And there were other names mentioned a while ago, and you were saying that some of these people with even higher ranking than these soldiers, and who remain at large to this day.
Yes.
What are the names? Ochoa?
Colonel Romeo Ochoco, who is still in Australia now. His that is in Australia. General Gatan, Boy Busueco, and many other individuals mentioned. And we believe that we have presented new witnesses like Lieutenant Captain Buhan, the SWAT band driver, who was not charged and was not allowed to testify, and also the owner of the ID used by Galman, Benador Aguayo, who is also a colonel, and also Colonel Vidon Alcantara, the one who picked up Mrs. Aquino-Galman from Nueva Ecija, and Franklin Maniego, the driver of the vehicle where Galman and Martinez
So all of these people got away scot-free?
Oh, they are not involved. We're just telling some witnesses that can be...
and they were not allowed to testify?
Yeah, they were not requested or allowed to testify and give so-called...
What do you think, in hindsight, 20 years later, or more than 20 years later, what went wrong with the... this was the Agravo Commission, right?
Yes.
Yes, the Agravo Commission. So, what went wrong?
I think because of the eradication of some witnesses, we do believe that the killings and executions of some witnesses, like the wife of Kamala, spouse of Rolando Galman, Lina Lazaro Galman, also the girlfriend of Galman, Ana Oliva, and Catherine Oliva, the sister of Ana, were also killed. And also we heard that Colonel Rolando Abadillo was killed in relation to this case also. And in 2004, when we were trying to open this case, one Alexander Bigalon, the president of Piado, was also killed in a hospital. After 1 month, he gave us his testimony. And also,
what was that testimony?
Linking some people as masterminds.
And what was his involvement?
He told us that he was a witness, one of the witnesses when the plot was made somewhere in America, in California. And he has a diary presented, and he presented it before the Supreme Court. And when we were about to meet one Colonel Pablo Gonzalez, who had a film, the actual film, because we were surprised that the actual killing was not portrayed by any picture or any tape, because one Colonel Pablo Gonzalez had it during that time, and we learned that he was also killed in a hospital. He was found dead in a hospital. So I think there were so many people who died in connection with this case. So I think
only for that, you believe that the mastermind, definitely the mastermind, is still at large and never had to face the music, and you are interested to find out who this person is?
Yes, I am interested, but
are you convinced it's not the Marcoses?
There is no evidence linking to the Marcoses. In fact, when I wrote a letter to First Lady Imelda Marcos and President Corazon Aquino to shed light on their mother, only Attorney Masagasag went to my office, and personally, First Lady Imelda Marcos also presented an affidavit to me. And I learned from First Lady Imelda Marcos that he had a dinner with Senator Aquino 3 months before the assassination. And Mr. Marcos was very ill during the time because he underwent a surgical operation on August 7 or 2 weeks before the assassination, and he became comatose because he was not given cyclosporine so that the kidney will be compatible with his body. So he was very ill then, very sick, and he has no nothing to do that anymore. In fact, First Lady Imelda Marcos told me also that he made some way so that Senator Aquino, our hero, won't be executed by the